Today we're going to talk about an interesting topic. We're going to talk about the most profitable niche on YouTube. What do I mean by that? I'm talking about if you were to start YouTube from scratch and you could pick any niche you want, which niche you should do so that you would be able to make money as soon as possible. What is the most profitable niche on YouTube? The niche is e-commerce. And before you click away from this video because you're not in this niche or because you've heard it a million times, let me explain. The reason why I decided to share this information is because of the fact that as consumers, we often just see a lot of the views and the numbers and everything that's out there on the exterior. But actually in the interior, after working with many clients and doing consulting when it comes to various different niches, I realized that there are definitely some discrepancies when it comes to the amount of subscribers, the amount of viewers, versus how much ad revenue and how much money that can be made. I'm going to talk about first from an ad revenue perspective why e-commerce is the most profitable. And the reason why I want to talk about ad revenue is because it, in a sense, is the all-encompassing equalizer when it comes to all the different genres on YouTube. Ad revenue is such an interesting aspect of YouTube. It changes all the time. From 5 years ago, this niche might not be the most profitable. It might have been another niche. YouTube also changes. YouTube has different laws that pass and different rules that go on, community guidelines. Because I can say maybe a few years ago it might have been the kids genre that was the most profitable, but now it is definitely the e-commerce genre. The reason why e-commerce is the most profitable niche when it comes to ad revenue has to do with the fact that you need to follow the money at the end of the day. The way that ads work on YouTube is that they appear before, during, and after a video. And different ads appear in front of different videos. If you are in the niche of e-commerce, which is talking about making money online, it most likely tells YouTube that you have disposable income. And that's really important because YouTube matches the ads with the videos and the videos matches the ads with the viewers. So all of these things work together just so that YouTube is maximizing the amount of money that they can make, and advertisers are also doing the same. Let's talk about another niche. Let's talk about the biggest niche as an example, YouTube gaming. For gamers who are watching the video, they might see before a video an ad that is targeted towards them and even during and after. But what you have to understand is that the gamers who are watching, they're most likely not going to be the ones who are going to be converting and clicking onto content. And that's especially the case if we're talking about how much they're willing to spend. Let's say it's an advertisement about cereal, or let's say it's an advertisement about candy or chocolate for kids. Even if that's the case, it's a very low ticket purchase. And that is the reason why even though gaming has tons and tons of views, it might not necessarily be as lucrative as e-commerce because of the fact of the people who are watching. When it comes to how much money that can be made from ad revenue, there's various factors: age, location, and genre. So e-commerce is able to tackle all of these things. The first thing is that if people are watching videos about how to make money on the internet and on YouTube, like this video for example, they probably are in a place where they have some disposable income to spend. It might be a few hundred or it might be a few thousand, but it is a lot more different in comparison to, let's say, the younger demographic out there. Another thing when we're talking about the different factors for ad revenue is the fact that we have to think about the location as well. And when we talk about location, US, Australia, and United Kingdom, and kind of Canada has really high CPM, which means really high ad revenue conversion rates for YouTubers because of the fact that there are so many advertisers in that location who are trying to make money as well. Basically, from an economic perspective, there's enough investment into the ad spaces from the company into advertising, which means that as a result, you as a creator will also have more ad revenue because they're trying to convert in that sense. So as a recap, the reason why e-commerce is the most profitable niche when it comes to ad revenue is because of the fact that they are targeting people with disposable income, and that means that every view is a lot more valuable. It has to do with buying a box of cereal, buying some chocolate, versus actually purchasing maybe some kind of software, some kind of a monthly subscription, some kind of product, or maybe some kind of course which is talking about e-commerce, talking about like Amazon, FBA, or talking about any kind of those e-commerce genre. That ends up being way more profitable for YouTube and for the creator and for the company. Everybody wins in that respect. Let me know what you think so far, and don't click off yet, because even though you might not be in the e-commerce genre, there are still things that you can learn when it comes to targeting your demographic and making sure the right ads appear in front of your video. Another reason why, aside from ad revenue, that e-commerce is the most lucrative niche on YouTube at this moment has to go back to affiliate marketing. I know I've talked about affiliate marketing a lot recently, but I'm just going to quickly say it has to do with the fact that it is e-commerce. It means electronic, meaning online. If it is done online, that means there's just a ton of software, online processes, services, and products which can stem off of affiliate marketing and can stem off of the genre. SEMrush, which I talked about before, TubeBuddy, Social Blade, vidIQ, whatever the case it might be, there's a lot of products that are out there to help businesses, which means that there's a lot of money and there's a lot of cash flow that's being made, and that's also one of the reasons why it is so lucrative online. I think that is definitely interesting seeing how YouTube has changed so much when it comes to ad revenue, and it is definitely an example of following where the money is, because at the end of the day, when it comes to e-commerce, people are trying to make money and people have the disposable income to start with. If you're still here, you can finally learn more about what you can learn from e-commerce and the genre in general when it comes to your content as well. When it comes to making money on this platform, especially from an ad revenue perspective, the most important thing goes back to the demographics. If you want to be making the most ad revenue from your videos, you want to make sure that your demographic is part of the people who have a certain amount of disposable income. And now we're not talking about it has to be like thousands of dollars like the e-commerce genre out there, but it is something to consider when it comes to the type of videos that you make. If you want more ads to appear in front of your videos, you want to make sure that your title, description, and tags include consumerism-based keywords so that ads will also be able to appear in front of your video. Therefore, the concept here is pretty simple. For whatever genre that you're in, if you're able to pivot slightly just for that video, to pivot towards more of something that is based off of consumerism, based off of products or service, or something that people can purchase and has a decent amount of expense to it, then you as a result will also be able to make more ad revenue from that video. YouTube is all about experimentation, and that is why there's always a way for you to try and experiment to see whether or not that could be a possible pathway that you can do. If you're able to open up another revenue stream, doing something that you love to do, or doing something like for your hobby, for your side hustle, or for your side business, that is always a good sign. You've reached the end of this video. If you have any more comments, leave them below. Thank you for watching, for liking and subscribing to my channel. If you want to work with me, links are in the description below, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.